Hello guys, and welcome to the introduction video on the shell scripting. In this video we are going to look at what is shell script, what are the various components of a shell script on a very high level, and why we should learn shell scripting. So let's begin. First of all, a shell script is a text file that contains the list of the commands that can be executed on our system using the shell as a command line interpreter. We can use any shell, for example bourne shell, born again shell, C shell, TCSS shell. Now you can view some of the shell scripts shown in the screen, which can give you a feel how these shell scripts looks like. On a very high level, there are three basic components of a shell script. The first one is the shebang, then the commands that needs to be run, and the last one is the constructs. First we have the shebang that tell us which particular shell to use while running the command. We can use any shell, and throughout this video series I am going to use the bash shell. After that we have the commands components. These are simply the commands that need to be executed. And then we have the shell constructs. Shell constructs provides a means of logics within our shell script. For instance, you can use their if-else, loops or functions also. Now this is on a very high level. Throughout the video series we will be learning about them. After that, one important question arises that why we should even learn the shell scripting, and there are various reasons to it. But in short, if we say whenever there is a sequence of commands that you run manually, and also even if there are any logics while running the sequence of command, then you can create a shell script. So instead of running those commands manually each time, you will create a shell script in which you will define your logic or also the Linux command and simply run it. So each time, instead of running the commands manually, you will simply be running the shell script, which will help you to automate your task. Now generally, scheduling utilities like the cron are utilized along with our shell scripts, which make it even more powerful for the automation. For instance, suppose you have a shell script to take the backup of a system and you want to take the backup on each Monday. So first of all, you will create a shell script to take the backup, and then you will use the scheduling job utility like cron to run it on each Monday. So in that particular case, you don't have to do anything. Each Monday automatically your shell script will be run and backup will be taken accordingly. You can also take the backup of remote systems using the SSH. Now you can also create a shell script to install the software components like Nagios agent. For instance, suppose you have 100 servers, then from your host you can create a shell script for installing the Nagios agent, and then you can run it in all the remote servers, and in all the remote servers Nagios agent will get installed, right? Also it can be used for the package upgradation or deployment of application in any environment like dev, production or UAT, right? Then also it is highly used during the file manipulation along with some other tools like awk or SED. One more very common example where shell script is used is during the CPU or memory utilization monitoring. So you will be creating a shell script that will tell you that what is the current usage of the memory or the CPU, and as soon as it hit your particular value, for instance 80%, then you can also generate the alerts through emails or any other method. Okay, so you can make your monitoring shell script to run in every 5 minutes using a job scheduling utility like cron, and as soon as your utilization becomes higher, you can also generate the alerts. Now other examples are like cleanup jobs or adding deleting multiple user, and along with that there are many more examples that prove that shell scripting is highly useful. Now the next question arises, who should learn shell scripting? And simple answer is that any person who uses Linux or Unix system must learn the shell scripting. It makes day-to-day tasks very easy, and it provides a feature to run the commands along with decision making capability. Now throughout this series we will be learning every concept of the shell scripting in detail, and I will include some of the videos from my other series, that is from the Linux tutorials, in this series also. Wherever I will feel that it is good to have those videos within this series line, I will include them too, right? So that's all for today guys. I hope you like the video. If you have any doubt, please comment it down. Thanks for watching and I hope to see you in the next video.